All right, first of all, I'm not entirely sure why I'm even entertaining this. I'm not entirely sure. However, um, I saw it on my feed on YouTube, so I thought, what the hell? First of all, and this is a response to a video that Aztec did, right? And look, this is the first time you've done this, right? You did it conveniently in the eve of Canelo being criticized for outweighing opponents, right? Which, it's an interesting topic, but you decided to use, for whatever reason, Charlo as a, or Jermall here. You just decided to use him, to kind of, whatever you want to call it, right? To show, oh, he's a giant, and oh, he's so big, and why doesn't anybody say anything about this guy and how he moves up, and how much bigger he is than his opponents, right? Jermall Charlo is 6 feet tall, right? Now, is that tall for junior middleweight? Yes. Is it tall for a middleweight? It's a little taller than average. Okay, but it's not a giant per any means. Okay, that's shorter than Paul Williams. That's shorter than Bernard Hopkins. That's just a little taller than Danny Jacobs. Okay, I mean, Gennady Golovkin's 5'10", right? What's that? A couple inches, 2 inches taller than Gennady Golovkin, right? Charlo doesn't have a very long reach. I mean, it's an okay reach, but it's not a very long reach for his height. Okay, I mean, I don't understand this. Now, that said, okay, you've had Diego Corrales at 5'11", fighting at 130. Okay, you've had Paul Williams, 6'1", fighting at welterweight. You've had Antonio Margarito, 5'11", fighting at welterweight. Ossie De La Hoya, 5'10". Okay, fighting it he started at 130 and went all the way up to 160. So this idea that Jermall Charlo is this huge giant taking advantage of itty bitty witty little fighters, it's kind of it should be beneath you. Okay, look, there's a thing called bone structure, right? This whole he has a frame of a light heavyweight. No, he doesn't. Okay, no, he does not. Right? If you're saying that he has the frame of that, and I mean that is ridiculous, right? There are weight classes. They step on a scale. Okay, they're not height classes, right? Okay, they don't measure their height, okay, to determine what weight class they should be fighting in. I mean, just listen to the name of the classes. They're called weight classes, right? By the way, Thomas Hearns was taller than, okay, and that dude fought a welterweight. This is insane, right? How tall was Sugar Ray Leonard? Can't remember off the top of my head. Let's find out. I know Hopkins. What is that? Like 6'1". Ray Leonard was 5'10". You know, longer reach. I mean, he had a long reach. Okay, so this whole like oh, he's too tall. He's this. It's called framing, man. Like we're all built differently. Okay, not everybody's waist is the same. Not everybody's bone structure is the same. Okay, there's different bone densities. Okay, I mean there's a lot of things to take into account here. And one thing, I mean, come on. I mean, it's you gotta like really. You're looking at a weigh-in and say, oh, it looks like he's moving up, like because he's taller than a short Argentinian that he's fighting, right? I mean, that dude's short. I mean, not every heavyweight's really. I mean, every middleweight's going to be tall, right? Mike Tyson was a heavyweight, right? And he was 5'10" or 5'11", I believe 5'11". Okay, fighters like Eric Morales was tall for his weight class, right? It just however you want to look at it. Okay, but this It just that video was weak sauce, man. That's got to say it. It was a weak sauce video, right? And the arguments you made are just weak sauce. Like just saying, oh, I just look at him. He looks like he has the frame of a. And in the comment sections, it's telling. It's telling what the agenda is, bro. It's telling, right? And everybody says that Canelo, outweighs opponents and or something like that. Somebody put in a comment and you put exactly. Well, yeah, I know that's what you're going with. I know exactly where it's going. Okay. Well, when I was talking about like let's say Chavez Jr., right, outweighing opponents, we're talking about the weight. We're not talking about the height, right? There's a big difference here, right? With the current structure, guys get to weigh in 24 hours before the fight. That's the structure. Everybody's okay. You're okay with that structure. So I don't understand what all the complaining is about, right? Since I'm not okay with that structure, I get to complain because I'm against that structure. You can't be for the current structure and then complain because some guy is too tall, right? I've never in my life have heard, these he's too tall. He's too tall for that division. It doesn't work that way, right? What have you measured like his bone density? Have you measured his waist and all that? Like what have you measured? It's like how big his calves are. Okay, have you, really measured like the width of his from the waist to his chest to his thighs, all that you've measured all that. You know that for a fact. You can just look at it. Are you sure not looking at it from a certain lens? Are we positive? Well, thankfully there was some light at the end of the tunnel, right? I believe the YouTuber's commenter's name is Man on Water. He basically said what I was thinking. They're called weight classes, not height classes. So I think you should come up with a little better argument here, right? Hasta la vista.